Lembah Pantai is located in the southwestern part of Kuala Lumpur. Its constituencies adjacent are Seputih, Segambut and Bukit Bintang. The location is considered central Kuala Lumpur, combining businesses, retails and housing, both low-end and high-end. Lembah Pantai is an amalgamation between the high-income earners, middle-income earners and low-income earners. This group of people live next to each other with a very apparent image in distinguish the classes of society. Due to economic situation, people from suburb moved to urban areas and Lembah Pantai is now overpopulated and saturated with very little area to move around. The population is made up of 49% Malays, 19% Chinese and 32% Indians. There are many smaller residential areas that form the larger area of Lembah Pantai, including Perumahan Pantai Permai, Taman Bukit Angkasa, PPR Kerinci, Desa Aman, The Vertical, KL Gateway, Pantai Permai, Desa Permai 2 and Pantai Hill Park.
Bagi warga di bangsa, rata-rata risau dengan isu pembangunan yang terlalu rancak. Juga di kawasan Pantai Dalam, kerana kedua-dua tempat yang mereka nampak pembangunan yang tidak memberi keseimbangan kepada penduduk di satu tempat. Sebagai contoh, ramai warga yang tinggal di kawasan PPR, bila mereka melihat pembangunan yang berlaku di kawasan Pantai Dalam, mereka mula merasakan rumah-rumah ini bukan untuk kami. Tapi dulu masa kami membesar, ini tempat permainan kami. Tempat kami terjun masuk lombong ataupun masuk dalam kolam ataupun pergi ni laluan pintas, nak pergi ke sekolah, balik dari sekolah. Tapi sekarang bukan lagi rumah ataupun tempat kediaman mereka.
This study has brought us to observe and identify the issues in Lembah Pantai that the people face. There are three main highlighted issues, which are cul-de-sac, urban displacement and unstructured parking system. One of the issues of Lembah Pantai that we have identified is urban displacement, which involves an old car workshop located opposite Bangsa South.
Okay, so what we are seeing here is actually a hidden gem of Kampung Kerinci or Bangsa South. So right on my right, you can see there's a workshop. And how this workshop operates is higher. It's in another level of society, whereby this used to be a PPRT, and you all know, and based on the data shows that not most people can afford new car. So what they do is they will buy second-hand cars or even an old car, and this will be their hub, because you know cars that exceeds 10 years of a life will face problems. So this actually serve to the local greater than we think it is. So let's go. Sorry bang, nama abang apa bang?
Hafizan.
Hafizan
Panggil Kepet.
Panggil apa bang?
Kepet.
Kepet. Okay. Sini dalam ni ada berapa bang sebenarnya workshop? Abang satu je lah.
Ada 3.
3 owner ke macam mana bang?
Lain-lain owner.
Kan dulu sini ada PPRT lagi bang? Kat tanah yang sebelum diorang buat.
Ada PPRT pun dulu.
Oh.
Dulu setinggan.
So maknanya customer-customer abang tu orang-orang sini abang?
Ya.
So kalau selain abang kat sini, mana lagi workshop yang paling dekat bang?
Diorang dah pindah dah.
Pindah ke mana bang?
Dekat Unreplaced.
Oh.
Banyak yang dah tutup, banyak yang dah pindah.
Macam tanah abang ni ada ke macam orang nak beli ke? Tak ada Cuna abang So customer abang mostly orang-orang kat sini lah, Pantai Ria semua bang
Tak juga, kadang-kadang UM paling banyak lah UM.
Student ke apa bang?
Student.
Oh. So abang yang dekat selain abang punya workshop kat mana bang?
Selain workshop
kat
sini lah. Ini yang paling.
Maknanya selebihnya di Bangsa bang?
Selebihnya Bangsa dengan TJ lah.
TJ. Okay. 1999 bang kan?
Ya.
Sebenarnya kami mencari orang apa tahu asal bangsa ni sebelum dia jadi.
Orang asal ni kebanyakannya dah pindah.
Kenapa dia pindah bang? Abang tahu?
Sebab dia kan kawasan setinggan. Jadi bila dia orang dah mula ada bangunan yang baru ni, dia orang semua kena pindah. Tak adalah duduk sini lagi. Rumah tinggal dah tak ada. Asalnya dulu memang orang-orang Kerinci sini dulu. Ramai. Okay.
Berapa orang bang? Oh lama. Tapi untuk abang still panggil kampung kerinci abang. Kan orang kat sini yang macam modern-modern panggil bangsa South lah.
Yang mana tahu bangsa lah. Yang mana tahu kampung kerinci lah. Tapi kekalnya dulu memang kampung kerinci.
Kampung kerinci kan. Okay.
Kampung kerinci ni lah kan tahun berapa? Tahun 70, tahun 60 lebih dah ada dah kampung kerinci.
Okey abang, tu je kot bang. Terima kasih banyak. Ni lah bang, mau cepet motor ni abang.
Ya, betul.
Wow. Okey bang. Terima kasih banyak Ustaz. Assalamualaikum.
As we move along Lembah Pantai, another issue that we came across was the unstructured parking system, mainly in residential areas. As we can see behind me, there are multiple taxis lining up and double parking because the taxi stand has been used as parking spots from the residents.
Okay, what we can see here is the result of double parking that has completely cut off the street right here, making it a single lane for the entry for the people to enter this residential. And come over here, we can see here that the car has been parked on a pedestrian walking. So we can see there's a problem with parking here, especially when it uses the pedestrian walk. And thus, shall this be solved or not?
The access to the pedestrian walkway has been blocked by vehicles to be used as parking spots. This has cut off the connectivity and accessibility for pedestrians to the walkways. An abandoned car has occupied a parking space that could be utilized for local residents. The flexibility of parking spaces has been taken up by pop-up stalls for residents to have economic activities where they trade goods such as vegetables and fruit.
Okay, what we can see here on my right side is another stall in front of another stall. So they're taking the advantages of this parking and make it, just like my colleague says, they use it as a pop-up stall. And what it does, it blocks the frontage to the respective shops behind me. So how do we do it? How do we go about it? Is this something that needs to be normalized or not?
However, this apartment provides ground floor parking, which allow residents to utilize these parking spots, but only with stickers that are allowed here. Oh my god, look at this! The vehicular access has been blocked by cars to use as parking spaces. Even in high-end residential areas, cars and vehicles are still parking outside the roadside because there is still not enough parking lots. This shows how there is not enough allocation for residents to park their cars inside their residential areas, even with allocations of how many parkings for each resident. Hi, so today we're interviewing one of the residents of Lembah Pantai. So can you please tell me your name and profession?
My name is Hibzan and I work in the private sector in architecture side.
So you live in this area. So how do you find the parking areas here?
Ada masa okey, ada masa tak. Kadang kena jalan jauh juga lah. Ada sebab a bit dense dekat sini, parking tak cukup. Mungkin like from what previously they plan dulu, like penduduk tak banyak. Sekarang ni macam dah padat sangat kan. So sebab tu kau dah start double park and stuff.
So it's quite difficult for you to find parkings here on a daily basis.
Exactly.
Is it frequent for people to double park you and it's like a bit hard for you to get out of the parking space?
Dah betul lah. Kadang-kadang tolak kereta tu. Kadang-kadang dah siap-siap nak pergi kerja, kena tolak kereta tu peluh balik.
Okay, now as we know your issues and your problems here, so as a local resident, what changes you want to see?
I think elevated parking would be nice as well. Yeah.
So multiple levels parking for and also parking spaces integrated.
I mean, if it will work, if the community gets that.
And also, what do you think the government should do, or the local authorities should do to prevent this from happening again?
I don't know, maybe they should come up with a plan. I know widening the road and stuff. Sebab jalan tu dah sempit, especially when ada pasar malam, the entire area can just sampai ke highway. I mean, it's so not convenient.
Okay, alright. I think that's one of the good solutions that the local authorities should do, so the locals here can enjoy the space and there will be no more parking issues here. Alright, I think that's all. So thank you, Hazel, for your insights.
Awesome.
Moving to the next issue, we have observed that dead ends are also one of the issues in Lembah Pantai, happening also around residential areas.
As you can see here, the vehicle access is stopped here because of the dead end. This is the result to provide the exclusivity for the high-end residential.
Because of this dead end, it creates a very low accessibility between the high-end and the lower-end residential area. Besides that, it also cut off and reduce the permeability between the neighborhood in Lembah Pantai. The cul-de-sac will reduce the communal interaction, cause a difficulty for emergency vehicle to travel and not environmental friendly. Cul-de-sac that we have found in Lembah Pantai does not provide a specific turnaround for vehicle. This will create a difficulty especially for those who are not familiar with the area and also can give impact to the traffic. We also can see the dead end in a rural area. This will cause a cul-de-sac and it will affect the connectivity and stop the accessibility.
This study has brought us to identify various issues in different areas where it needs to be highlighted for the benefits of the people. As architects, we are to ensure that these issues do not repeat in order to achieve a better quality of life for the people in the city. Thank you.